There's a lot of talk right now, the VA watching veterans. Some people say the VA is checking social media. Some say veterans are being investigated. Some say you could lose your benefits over just a Facebook post. And there's a lot of bad information floating around right now. So I wanted to make this video veteran to veteran and talk about what's actually really happening and what veterans should generally understand when it comes to fraud investigations and disability claims. There's one big difference between a reevaluation, a reduction, and an actual fraud investigation. And a lot of people online mix all of that together. First off, not every reduction is fraud. Not every claim denied is fraud. And not every veteran being reviewed did something wrong. The VA reevaluates conditions all the time, especially conditions that are not considered static. And that's completely different from an actual fraud investigation. Fraud investigations are usually tied to situations where there are major inconsistencies. Things like conflicting medical events, conflicting medical evidence, statements that don't line up, somebody claiming they can't work while publicly showing full-time employment activity, or situations where there's evidence a claim may have intentionally been falsified. And that's a very different situation than a veteran simply having a good day, both physically or mentally. Now let's talk about the part that everybody focuses on, social media. Can social media become part of evidence in some situations? Absolutely. And that's not new. Insurance companies have done this for years. Courts do it. Investigators do it. The internet is public. But I think some veterans online take this way too far and start acting like the VA has agents all around watching every single Facebook post. I don't personally think this is reality. But if someone is publicly posting things that directly contradict what they claimed, then yeah, this could create problems, especially if it becomes attached to a broader investigation. Now, this part is important because disabilities are not always black and white. I think sometimes online people act as if a veteran is seen doing anything active at all, then suddenly their condition must be fake. And real life just doesn't work that way. Somebody with severe back pain might still have a day where they might be able to go fishing with their son or their daughter, while a veteran with PTSD might still go out to dinner occasionally. And someone dealing with depression may still smile occasionally. A veteran with migraines may still have some good days. Disabilities can fluctuate. Some days can be worse than others. Now, most of us veterans, we learn how to push through the pain and discomfort anyway, especially those that have spent years in the military being taught to deal with things and just to keep on moving. So I think it's important not to jump to conclusions anytime someone posts a snapshot of their life online. One photo or one video clip or even one good day usually does not tell the whole story. Now, with that said, where veterans can run into problems is when there are major contradictions over time. What do I mean? Well, they told the VA what's documented medically, what they're putting out there publicly are completely disconnected from each other, especially if someone is making extreme claims on their exams, publicly presenting a very different picture. And again, I'm not saying veterans should live in paranoia. I'm also not saying that veterans should stop living their lives. Neither one is realistic. I just think veterans need to understand that sometimes something made in public online can be potentially viewed by anybody. Employers, insurance companies, attorneys, investigators, pretty much anyone. Honestly, that's just the world we live in. I think the best approach is just don't fake things. Don't exaggerate things. And don't build your claim around something that doesn't actually reflect your actual condition. Because at the end of the day, consistency matters more than perfection. Another thing I think veterans should understand is that not every review means someone is under investigation. A lot of veterans panic the second they hear the VA wants another exam. But in many cases, that's just simply because the condition was not marked static, or the VA believes additional medical information is needed. And that's very different than the VA focusing on someone or accusing someone of fraud. And I think the internet sometimes creates unnecessary fear. Not every letter from the VA means the sky is falling. So here's some simple advice. Be truthful, be accurate, don't exaggerate your symptoms, but don't minimize them either. And understand your own conditions before going into your exams. Another thing, don't let internet fear consume you. Some of the stuff I see online makes it sound like veterans are under constant surveillance, 24 hours a day. And I don't think living paranoid helps anybody. But being smart about what you publicly post, that's probably just good sound advice anyway. At the end of the day, most veterans are just trying to navigate a complicated system. And I think the best thing you can do is stay informed, understand your ratings, understanding what static conditions are, and always keep good medical documentation and be honest throughout the process. This is what usually keeps people out of trouble. Anyway, I wanted to make this video because I'm seeing a lot of fear and misinformation online, and it's becoming rampant lately. So hopefully this helped clear some things up. And if it did, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. If you enjoy this video, make sure you like and subscribe and share with other veterans. The more knowledge we can pass along, the better off we'll all be.